The goal of Flatland BMX is to mix as many trick combinations together as possible. And during the week of Master Plan, I caught up with arguably the best Flatland rider out there, Mr. Terry Adams. Although economics were to blame for the Hilltoppers missing out on their first postseason in quite some time, head coach Willie Taggart says that his team will have a chip on their shoulders come 2012 and will be ready to compete in the Sun Belt Conference. So I'm sitting at the intersection of Campbell Lane and Scottsville Road, and I was informed that this is probably the worst area in terms of traffic gridlock. And gridlock is basically when demands and infrastructure don't exactly mesh together. And for those who follow the sport, we're shown that hard work and determination can conquer even the most difficult of odds. But it also helps memorization skills, diction, and overall presence. And this can be appreciated by not only the theater type, but anybody trying to get a job. Even with the loss of 3 seniors, the ladies' team looks promising for next year, with new recruits from around the country and a freshman sensation who's making a smash hit in the Sun Belt Conference. Here at Gordon Wilson Hall, acting, singing, and dancing students are pushed to the limit in hopes of perfecting their craft. A class required of all students is voice and movement. Its benefits are life-changing, but its methods a little bit strange.
Is this the face that launched 1,000 ships and burnt the topless towers of Ilion?
Come on! Stop.
Professor Scott Stroud has been teaching this course ever since he walked away from directing. Believe it or not, he has a method for his madness.
An awful lot of what the class is about is getting people to be able to express themselves sort of spontaneously and playfully.
Oh yeah, you gotta wake up the face, and so you have to yawn and you know, like tongue exercises.
Being able to be comfortable in your own skin and loosen up and perform in weird ways helps you to channel nervous anxiety in the proper way.
Let's say go through twice and sit down.
I think everyone thinks they're articulate, and then someone is listening and you're like, I'm even more articulate. And then someone tells you you're doing it wrong and you're like, oh, okay, I'm sad. I'm a hick from Kentucky.
Performers, they also have to become expressive in a way that carries beyond just an intimate conversation. They've got to be able to do this in the context of a stage or in front of a camera.
Not only does voice and movement class help you with shaking off the jitters, but it also helps memorization skills, diction, and overall presence. And this can be appreciated by not only the theater type, but anybody trying to get a job.
You have to do it goofily and fun, but you end up getting a lot out of it.
Reporting from Gordon Wilson Hall, I'm Ryan Abney.
If students work hard, one second. Professor Stroud has been known to break out the meditation mats, just like the one Ryan was sitting on.
Bowling Green's metropolitan area, according to the 2010 census, has a population of 120,000, and the city itself brings in roughly 50,000 vehicles daily. Most agree that congestion on the roadway can make for a sometimes frustrating experience. Channel 12 recently spoke to local traffic engineer Mark Abster to uncover the facts.
Well, because we're the center of a whole bunch of counties in this area, a lot of people come to Bowling Green for their goods and services. And then two, we also get a lot of pass-by traffic that's coming from Louisville or Nashville. They come off I-65 or off Natcher Freeway.
So I'm sitting at the intersection of Campbell Lane and Scottsville Road, and I was informed that this is probably the worst area in terms of traffic gridlock. And gridlock is basically when demands and infrastructure don't exactly mesh together. We also got the state's perspective from KYTC's information officer Kirsten Jaggers, and she informed us that 1 mile of highway lane widening goes for about $10 million.
You know, there's lots of infrastructure that needs to be upgraded, improved, replaced, and right now there's just not the funding for it. You say the word tax and they're like, oh, you know, you get enough money as it is. Okay.
The economic downturn is the main culprit behind the failing roadways, And the accomplice may be that attention to transportation is being neglected altogether.
And it's this way across the state, and it's this way across the nation. I think until we as a country decide that's a big priority for us, that's not going to change.
Roads eventually break down, and when demand can't meet the expectation, that's when you're going to have a whole lot of problems. Ryan Abney, News Channel 12.
According to the Board of Trustees, Bowling Green's 2012 budget for parking and traffic comes in at just over $2 million. The goal of Flatland BMX is to mix as many trick combinations together as possible. And during the week of Master Plan, I caught up with arguably the best Flatland rider out there, Mr. Terry Adams. Usually the week of Master Plan can be on the quiet side, as students slowly make their way back for the upcoming fall semester. But in the midst of a warm Wednesday afternoon, a biking legend definitely made some noise on the Hilltopper's flatter surface area. Terry Adams, hailing from a small town about an hour from New Orleans, is on a mission to crash college campuses from coast to coast.
Mainly just finding some good spots to ride, and it's more hanging out than anything, and it's super laid back, and that's why I like it. And Flatland is probably the most artistic side of BMX. It's almost like breakdancing on a bike.
And as for Terry Adams, the professional, well, he has had plenty to hang his hat on. He has made 4 X Games appearances, including a gold medal in Korea in 2005, and he has won the Nora Cup twice.
Like basically all the other pros vote for you, so just to be nominated is kind of cool. So to win it's like I have kind of no words for it. I'm really stoked, and it could be the last award I ever win.
But competition is only half the story for the biking magician. Adams has taken his talents to the Fox hit show Glee, and he spent the day with Ellen DeGeneres. But despite all the victories and time in the spotlight, the ambassador of Flatland puts one aspect of his career in perspective.
You can actually do what you love and make money from it. It's been like kind of a mind-blowing experience, just like wanting something as a kid and then achieving it. I can't even put it into words how cool it's been.
Adams just finished his 33-day tour, and shredding that much pavement for that long would wear anyone out. Guys, thank you very much.